When quad dear. Fast strike we moon calling off at time. Fast strike we at time. I don't mean to ready to be on the particular to be say, momentarily crowd one at all.
Yeah, now when I got that at the show.
Momentarily crowd one at all. That's yeah, we say, you can essential service providers no there. And then a binum to say soldier for the immigration, police for the abandoned at all matter. Then I'm saying, we are police service in the Kumsa.
Or boots, then that's for one letter.
But so I'm going to first year police for. There be some Italian don't talk Roma. What's it by for 5 record purpose at Ariacha? Wouldn't me ya? Yeah, because I'm
pa.
But what is a police for strike now? What do I say? Police for soldier for strike. How can he survive? How can I survive? How can we survive? Wukunu, Woyere, Woba, Wafase, Ubusheni, and Ness, no, a striker. Friend never in the kitchen said, Patrol. No strike, we know where declare. Yes, again. Yes, a beer him. That strike we. Yes, a beer him. Yes, a beer him. For Meteas here, we have supported strikes. Strike and Yansa womb. And your political strike, sir, and comfort me Quaquatra, Lancaster. So we'll do lunch. No, it's many party from Penny for Quacosimconia. So baby, I near my quarters and baby and family, yeah, dear, yeah, it's a teacher here, as I said, and as a follow, echo strike. Peter, what am I going to do? Then now, Mocas when declare strike now. That day, nah, and I'm quite ticket. I will yesterday go. No, but not playing so much to pay. It is also pay. Sir, I buy no one transit. Ghana for 1 year. What person will cost strike? No problem. Then I will cost strike. Brother, I transit. Now you would the entire person will cost strike, no. Now you don't cannot buy NCSC. That be beyond 2 years that you require. What's the matter? Play them quadruple. What's that play them quadruple? It's wish that I would declare strike and say, Nippon, I won't remember. All because, Mufi said, one more quarter Lancaster. People were watching you. And that's a phone I walk strike, no one only doesn't say. So I want to snack for it at the buy, you know. One woman, no more dear, to a more job, dear. Baby, one more dear, and also a penis watch now. And when I might was a strike when I'm a person of Mokono, and yes, strike, papa. And I said, I get some person in Peru, one person cum nipa. Number one, one more pay acting allowance. We are nurse, I walked away. That's all. Mom should nurse be mommy. One must pay the difference between the acting officer's salary and the minimum salary point of the acting post, or 20% of monthly basic salary, whichever is higher. Wait, am I made a better?
This woman, she led them. She didn't tell them to go on strike. She didn't tell them to put their tools down. She did not tell nurses to stay at home. I'm showing you what they are doing. But you see, I like the way this government is handling this. It is handling this without... Thank you, team. The team need the videos. We are sending me say, I'll just show you guys. Thank you very much, guys. Mami Way, in 2024, Mami Chow, what she said on TV, this is under Ekufuado. Me we am the ordinary kunu pictures bechromo. Munim the AC Ghana. Nice for munyabutre. They are playing you. Mami Way, she's playing you. Now Muntie Mami Way in 2024. Thank you, team, for bringing this in. This is GRNMA for boss 2024 and Ekufuado.
Now we are even still at the negotiation table. We are negotiating the new proposal we put forward. I must say this time is different from 2020. Okay. The government team is willing. They are always on time. They sit, they engage, we negotiate, and we are almost at the tail end. I know some of our members have complained that they are not getting information on the negotiation and all of that. But in truth, when negotiations need to start, we sign rules of engagement.
Okay.
And ideally, what you are negotiating on is not information that has to be thrown out there.
Oh, okay. So when you're at the table, you are
No,
not
you don't.
supposed to.
Exactly. You don't talk
give
about all of
information.
these things. At the point when we were preparing the proposal,
Yeah.
we engaged with the National Council. The National Councils engaged with the regional councils, the districts, and all of that. So what we put together as a proposal was input from every level and beyond our own structure. We also involved the other nursing and midwifery associations that are in existence, and we took everybody's view on board and prepared that proposal. So now we are negotiating with the employer, and once we finish negotiating, whatever it is that we get, it will be announced. We'll sign it off and everybody will see. But let me say that the inputs that were received from our nursing and midwifery fraternity were all captured. But negotiation is such that you can have the best of proposals, but at the end of the day, the employer will make a determination of what it can actually give you.
So you see, in 2024, her conversation was all about, you see, it was so flexible. They gave the employer, that is the government, the room. Even when they are negotiating, they don't tell people what they are negotiating on. In fact, the employer is very accessible. Negotiating, technology. You saw her body language. They took it so mildly. They made the nurses feel say they were working. They were putting pressure. So they didn't even tell the nurses they're not almost. So every time she would come and tell you, oh, we are negotiating with the employer. What really happened? Now, still in 2024, these are some of the things she said.
You told me earlier that you were at the negotiation table as far as, the salaries are concerned. Tell me a bit more about that. Who are you negotiating with and what is the proposal?
So we are at the negotiation table with government as an employer. And of course, government is represented by the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. As part of the team, they have representatives from the teaching hospitals, from the MOH, from the CHAG, from the other agencies. But I'm not going to share the issues one after the other in terms of the proposal that we have put at the table. But of course, for the existing allowances that we already have, we have asked that if you take, for example, uniform allowance that we are taking, it's 400 cedis. 400 cedis for you to acquire 3 uniforms with all the accessories for the year. And majority of our comrades wear white, a few others wear green. You wear scraps, you wear this, you wear that. It goes with your breast watch. You are wearing your white canvas or white sneakers, your socks. If you are wearing
all of that 400 cedis
400 cedis a year. And it is not enough. We have asked for an increment in this. We've also asked for an increment in the fuel allowance that is given to our senior colleagues. And it is also in respect of the fact that the fuel prices have not remained the same since 2020. It has increased, and the pump price as per liter is at a figure that is not what we are actually receiving. So these are some of the issues that we have tabled. We have also said we need medical cover in terms of the work that we do. It will amaze you. We run a health fund for our members, and the kind of conditions that keep coming. And we feel that most of the deaths, we had a council meeting yesterday, and every region reported not less than 3 deaths of nurses. So we are asking the questions, what exactly is happening to our nurses and midwives? And we have even asked our Education and Research Committee to conduct a research for us to understand what indeed is happening. Because these medical...
Any answers yet?
Not yet. They are yet to conduct that research. But we want to go deeper and understand what it is that is happening to us. Because if it is due to the work environment, our exposure to a whole lot of microbes that we are dealing with, or the kind of work environment...
So, you see what's going on? So in 2024, under MPP, she was even talking about letters Omo pay full allowance no. Or say the letter no and corresponded to the amount of money they are giving. Today, how much is a letter? When she was speaking, a letter was 17 Ghana cedis. Today, a letter is 12, max 13. But she's not considering all those things. What the government is doing in 5 months. Now, this woman, was setting up this strike. Nukruni. You see, this is the husband of this lady. Nukunu, your friend, Bright Ofori Ampofu, constituency chairman, BNA Victory Walk, Saturday 23rd, November 2024. Nukruni, Bawumia and Onigina ticket so dear Muhuno, let me tell you, this is the political part of it. Now, I want to talk to the young nurses in Ghana. Into my mena already nurse for no. Or starting negotiations in 2024 May no. She never saw it wise or said they have to put their tools down. But a buying bar power 5 months. Yati petruso inflation conform meaning Adriane Buako form nyoma akoform no. She still insists some form nyomanguo. Now young nurses no entine fie. Intenda me no ka say we are young nurses now Shemia. I don't have a problem with you demonstrating or going on strike. But the question is this the reason why I end the opimphobia? The Moko striker. The question here is Abina to Sisiano. The honest truth is we all know Abina the 5 months. Your demands Modi to Kufuado Abaya Odi 8 years in him. Any Abaya the 5 months. Your demands you are demanding. You and I, we know that the government cannot fulfill all your demands. You people know, and it's a fact. The leadership of nurses they are using the young nurses to do politics. And then I don't have any problem with a young nurse. The young nurse is relying on their leadership. But the leadership there is not thinking about the young nurse. As I speak to you, sir, opimphobia, it is because na opese yamao uniform allowance. Na opese yamao bibia yam famao. Now remember, sir nurses for moko striker, mobusian foso eco hospital, they will not get access. Moyirenom enyem no moko hospital, they will not get access. Oya nurse na ukunu eyarea oko hospital, onya access. So your strike no, it affects mwankasa. But the question here is, in 5 months, a government that inherited all this debt, do you think that that government, you staying at home or your leadership telling you to stay at home, that government can fulfill everything? After a government that was in power promised, whilst they knew they could not, na MPP are buying them say, they knew the agreement they were signing with you. They had connived with your leadership to lie to you because they needed your vote. The reality is, the NDC government is not fighting you. The NDC government, at the end of the day, came to meet an agreement. The NDC government, at this point, we all know is just 5 months. So how do you expect this government to raise that money? A government and what power, your politics with you people. How do you expect the government to raise the money? The government cannot. But the government can sit and look at your demands and say, at least we can at least take care of 30%. Because what we came to meet, any reasonable government, senior politics, any campaign, any elections, no reasonable government will give you that short time to say, I will, at the end of the day, fulfill every single demand on this document. Now you understand. It is all the next thing the leadership, they are misleading you. They are misleading you because our priorities, it is more political than you, what you need. And I don't have a problem with the nurses who are sitting at home because when the leadership says, Mamumbe Juma, but at the end of the day, is it worth it? You staying at home and the opimphobia. The reason why leadership, I'm opimphobia, we can still fight for what we want by saving lives because this agreement wasn't signed by this government. And the government that signed the agreement, your leadership knew they were not going to fulfill it. The government cannot fulfill this. Let's be real. We are trying to get out of the mess. Mami way any new kunu party they created. This woman, This woman and her husband's party, the mess that they created, we are all trying to get out of this mess. This woman, Nikunu political party, no, the mess they created, this government, it did 5 months. MPP was in power for 8 years. You people never went on strike to put everything down to allow innocent people to die. Some people are doing politics. This woman is doing politics because a Nikunu party in every power. Because they want to use you, the young ones. The government cannot. And this is the reality. Let's not play with this. Let's not act. Let us not pretend. The earlier you tell your leadership to sit and be reasonable and meet the government halfway, for the government to be able to at least fulfill some part of it. The government cannot fulfill everything because agreement na this woman knew that her husband's party, MPP, 8 months to elections, they were not going to do this job. So more nurses for more person when also strike demonstration for 8 years she could not get you these things. This is the woman I was some pamono. When I was some rise against him, say I was some change, because for 8 years, if she could not get this for you, then just 5 months, or person because she's doing this because her husband's political party is out of office. That is why we are here today.
Oh, Johnny Hughes is not being fair. He's misinformed. I'm not misinformed. I am saying to you that nurses have been over-pampered in this country. We travel around the world. We know what nurses do. Patients have rights. You signed on to the rights that patients have. Was this what Florence Nightingale was doing? And then you come and be accusing journalists of telling you what you have to do. When you go out there to Canada, to the US, to the UK, all those countries, don't you conform to the rules that are there? So why is it that in Ghana the patients cannot? And you say, me, I'm hedging you against the patient. I'm not. Your mates who have left you here in Ghana and have gone out there, the benefits that they are getting and the services that they provide, is it different from you? Are you special? Are you so special? I'm asking you. I'm asking me today. I'm on with you. You can disagree with me. You can be angry with me. But I'm on with you. I'm asking you. And these are questions. Answer my questions. Your leaders who have traveled to Geneva, in Geneva, is that how nurses behave in Geneva? Is that how nurses behave in Geneva? I'm asking you. Answer the question. You want to travel and go out to Canada and France and all those places. Is that how nurses behave there? I'm asking you. No, pause and answer me answer my question. I'm asking you. Have you been fair to the Ghanaian people? Have you been fair to the Ghanaian people who have taken care of you, who have been very loyal to you? Have you been fair to the Ghanaian people? Have you been fair to the Ghanaian people? Listen to the pregnant woman.
I will be any one of them, and I'm information we have to say every person. Say, my Baba, no, now bathing. Maybe continental. Okay, but I didn't know you. It's a run on my runs. I'll be saying, which unfortunately, bedroom, I don't say. So be any hand. Oh, mouse also. And let's just say how. Cecilia, how many months pregnant? Months. Oh, we'll find out, man. Oh, and Cecilia, I didn't know, babe. We'll go feed. That's how we are. But we could run on the next one and catch you and show. I'm not actually saying I'm called OPD. I OPD for so I'm also good age. So I'm a seven for free.
Now you know anything.
Sunrise on 3FM, the best in the morning.
What must have been on the back?
I'm not going to be able to show you. The only source you call OPD one of them. I said, Doctor, Doctor should be one.
Okay. As you can see, almost say, on strike. Normally, nurses are on strike, so I'm on general. So I have to take her to another facility to see whether they can take it or not. So I don't know what will happen next. It's very painful, but as you can see, he's on oxygen now. So what should I do? I don't know what to do.
Since morning, I has saying, Yaba, you know, be a man and sharing. Yet it's your son, and the son. And so I bind one baby be no on your mom, no more sharing. Yes, Roma, yes, Rabine.
Yes, Rabine, some way. If it's on a paper, says so crock a veteran. I want 10 or 11. It has to see nurse need be my sober shay. Yes, Roma, I buy boy,
I bind a baby. But I nurse a phone so. Or one person or one thinking. When they were signing the find me that video. When they were signing that agreement, they themselves said that the economy was not good. And I've asked the nurses a question. I said, when they were signing that document and they said that the what do you call the economy was not good, has the economy become any better? When they were at that table, or when they went to that table, somebody took them to court. Hello? The nurses don't want to talk about that. Somebody took them to court. You can insult me, you can do whatever, I don't care. He doesn't kill. Somebody took them to court. They ended up paying 100,000 Ghana cedis as compensation in a consent judgment. Do you know what that means? Consent judgment. Do you know what that means? They went for ADR, they agreed, and they paid that money. When they finished paying that money, because they refused to bring other people to the table who were also union leaders to be part of the conversation. When they brought that, and they said, it is that same mindset that is leading you on this wrong path. Somebody has oxygen cylinder in a taxi or in a car, and the person is suffering, and you are watching. The oath that you swore, what does he say?
But some years ago, I was a Tianaka. I know dear Debbie. And fat. The Amana a far strike and no more for documents and it was on your queen, and that's me to delay pass a matter. For documents and it was more. Quabia packages in no one, and your mammy and son. And a nurse of war, Wama strike, one more air coon. And your mamma, money are buying Eddie whom command, no NC, no any. Now, Mekai Adiana Casacrano. And for be interesting to know more, yes, sir. That one I'll come on this proper. Book and research allowance. Was the government approved rates to apply per year? Beneficiaries are to publish their research findings and apply same to teaching and learning. And nursing tutors with PhD and master's research in degree awarding public health sector institutions. Wamu and Wamu Ebenya Home uniform allowance and Tadiana and that's a for uniform allowance. Payment of 1,000 Ghana cedis per year. All nurses and midwives in the public sector. Because any allowance no mukuhuni na and a year midwife and nurse for the qualify for it. If you are where executive media and if you are where mekayano uniform no and a common munina. Niatoso a fuel allowance. 180 letters at the rate of 10 cedi, 99 pesos, or at the applicable government-approved S-pump rate, whichever is higher. Principal nursing, midwifery officers in in the public sector and above. Enti aya categories and you be upon the qualify for allowance no more kono. Enti perpetual now was sorry our quarter Finland no. Or no or fighting for the interest because for no benyabi. Book and research allowance no benyabi. Ha nurse for na makwa strike no. Munti adiana mo ya na siansa. Adiana mo ku ho no kwa no fa kasia na kwa executives no ho. Na mo misa mo ho say eya eko papa ekwama mu nyina e ka de omo ya no won be ya na. Hwa ade bi wo ho ne ya Ghana fo a yente ye ho asese ye yo man. Wow, and I pray Yama me buafu asem we hu ne say Perpetua is a politician. Sa ayi and midwife for former president no or ya politician or ya MPP ni ani ni kuri na busa for na ya MPP for. We know that for a fact. When any breaking news, and you mean I mean breaking news we Yama obi anim say Perpetua ya MPP ni. Ni kuri ya MPP ni na busa for na ya MPP ni me emfa me ho. So we are people, you know, and no yamasam, but the yamasam is with the political interest. Epas will frustrate the whole system. What would the insult I but idea we or declare strike in the way, you know, and I quite now Finland and no metia say Yasama in position for now. Won't you fear ye, wonder mamma and I would your position. Kakrana wa fie no krampa wo ya ho president no wontimi manage ye watumi ka kwa brochire akwa position foforo ho nya say answer gentility home cry meboa what say efie de no wo kwa bonte anu akwa di monyam wo ho hwe ade ya be ya wasam we hu ne say time midwife ni a nurse fo ene akufu ado aban me pacho bring back the document ni nyina ya date ya wo mudi approve sa document no then you will know some catch say Perpetua no oye you politician ya MPP ni na party ade no wo ya wo beti ase me pacho or say in witness whereof of the parties herein have set their names and hence the 20th day of May 2024. Me pacha okay last paragraph on for the next document ne bra. Na kan so ya da ho ya nru ho estimate mu ani na ho anope woni di ya me yampaduane mu ani. Okay na the effective date of implementation shall be 1st July 2024. Ghana for ahana me pese ya de ya adwene ko. Ahana asam ne wo. Document na midwife dey anase for any akufo ado aban ekoya agreement anyone sasha ase no me pa cha wo or say the effective date of implementation me pa cha one for May and one for wo or the shall not to say I was saying 1st July 2024 and as I strike we ya anase for yakoi and I was akwaboko me bacho say yakase bibi ya shall and your shall abai ni excuse it is time no can offer that no ni excuse and as na me andam na ba me andam oni excuse akufo do ni excuse ba wo me no ni excuse that was 1st July 2024 shall and your shall say was a buying and implementing some allowances no muko agree no or being free perpetual no me son say and the 1st July no so ya akufo ado buying why implement no why declare strike okay so be akwada ofia ekrom ha ho perpetual for ampofo or being free perpetual no me son say and tiasia pam no amone aban akufo ado buying koyeye implementing 1st July. Me pa cho brofo na sha na me de pa. Shall. Mbabon kura bi ni mu hwe kura de. Me tam dictionary na se me bie na me bo shall. Me nem say shall e kire ohye. Eti ade we ye da we na akufu ado any excuse. I was saying 1st July no implementing se perpetua so we Ghana ni no so we Christo ni okwa so de obo mpaye ena nya MPP ena adokoro no ena nya adwombone na we ni tirimwa and among we na ko so to no 1st July 2024 but ya oye ni nei na wo ko opposition mu ni 6 months and wo pre wo hu dia wonya wo ho me ne to be wagana ha na ka mo to be wagana ha wo backlog na egu na yan finance fo adwuma otuwa na makobo chenku na mo ya picketing wa Ministry of Health wo baba ne ya fill hospitals ni nyina na ka watena fie wo baba no na wo yonko nurse ni a opa adwuma na yo woni pa ho dadwen no na ko wote ho no wo ye adwuma na ko kyena so tomorrow. Perpetua is an NPP person. I want to get or the midwife for near nurse for no ever your politics because of opposition. I don't know idea all in the money document in the crayfish and I'm for more. I then a perpetua idea all in 2024 July now or what see as yes and crackano one more side na enshasi and other perpetua one declare strike. Oh, Moni ye bi na ma asem na wase ka bi ma mokura na mama ya adwen foforo because onim akufo ado ne kanoforiata ani ne ba womia no there was no money o na sika bia na ho na wo hwe Ghana ha o maka so bi yakora oman no mo ja ne wo ho no na aboto kuro no mo jaye no hwa nyame na hu Ghana mo bo pan ya to abankrofo we ko fie na kanya sa ka wote asa na broni bi ahia se aton be ko mo de ya nyina be sia wowa obi nkyere me ade potia e wo abayi mu a NPP afa akosi awowa omo de awowa si awowa de get fund that ye nim say get fund de and one ya de support to education sector akufo de ne kanofrata de get fund kosi awowa ejebu se twomanum Esrana yamfa cushion energy sector man kania ni nyina so no akufo do ne kanoforiata ne bawumia ewe nyamia nim de esra no ekosi awowa eno omonya no e ka 1 cedi levy aye de atofu wo so you are not ashamed of yourself kanoforiata ani na na do ne bawumia ewudi o ma di yen wo krom ha esra no ma fa kosi awowa enkanya ne ye no obi bi sada na do ne bawumia ba me say Omoba abamu 8 years. Power generation no megawatts ahe and omode ka ho. Etiabo gas no NDC na ye. That is somebody who think into the future. Akufo ado ne bawumia ene kando for ata your omadwen say ne yabato no yendi nansa esa ne yakọ some mindset no omode ba abamu wo ma abamu so mba ba yo mani ye. They came to enrich themselves. Now we perpetua, we pass with the politics, we MPP now we no, we pass with the corona nurse form. Or shall the answer not the anyway much of you. If I be so among call, if I be see your back call, me problem, they say. Strike no macono, I legitimate, and National Labor Commission is what they are called to the injunction from because a illegal. May a one a your money and a National Labor Commission assembly. My point is that senior party asem and your partisan politics and a perpetual war ya. Again, na mukwaya agreement. Na mo kasa implementation ye 1st July. Shall me pachawan come may be implemented or will be implemented. What shall be implemented? Enti ni pakrona mo mo kwatena sia mo yes agreement no. No mo nim se enka 1st July 2024 and ade we was running. Adana July chemu July, August, September, October, November, December. One cash 6 months. One cash. Ya tu abe wi ama wo party akọ opposition ti. Wo de ba be ye nyina so ba be ye dede. Ama nkrofo ma me mu awu. Ama nkrofo ma awu because of wo selfish interest. Na wa ye na wo ko ho no. Nurse ni no no wo from no ade no fa so papa be no benya. And I let you be on the video. The nurses, we are not asking for too much. And then I'm a nurse in a hospital. Now, was a Jessica. Now, then I'm a nurse in Namia Casamatadia Meshe. It was a menameto. A year. Maybe I show. Sit at your France. What did it say? Cecilia, I mean, it is Cecilia T. So I'm going to Tata dear my own. On Tata dear my own. I catch you not the Maya and one I did be Tata dear, yes. Mukura ya Ghana. Wow, I did do a honoma, a ya ɛyɛ adwene o ɛyɛ adwene agreed a wasa aban to atade ma wo ada no wan bi sɛ Akufo-Addo aban sɛ atade na ada no wanto